or whatever day it is that you end up watching this live stream. Welcome. If this is your first time, I really need you to know that your higher selves led you here. All right. So hopefully you remain open minded to that fact and sit tight. You're in for a treat, if I do say so myself. We're going to get into some serious ish collective. If you are returning, much love and light, you already know that I understand I have the best collective, hands down. Nobody's telling me any different. Much love and light to you all. All right. There is some high key significance to two particular angelic code numbers, the first of which is 1212, which those returning mostly, I feel like everyone really understands. We've been talking about 1212. I saw it again, you guys, prior to coming on here. All right. And there had already been, excuse me, some heavy significance to the number 1010 that I personally had just been seeing left and to the right. Okay. And it just hit the timer again. That's so funny. Now, hear me out. I go and because I'm so blessed to be able to, and again, this goes back to the collective being so awesome AF, because you guys donated so that we can use this, and we are, right? I mean, I'm doing my part, you guys are doing yours, all right? It's working well. So I just like to talk about it because who wants to talk about hard stuff all the time, right? I like to take time to talk about the good stuff too. Anywho, long story short, I go to see what this deck says about the 1212 because I had just seen it, and I'm like, okay, it's connecting to this session as well, right? And I do have the card here. We will talk about it. While I'm shuffling for this card, I see that, like, as I'm pulling the whole entire deck out, I see that I'm um, having awareness that this card is like somewhere in the deck versus other areas, right? Me trying to describe the probably indescribable, but anyways. So I go to the card, and the card right underneath it was the 1010. So it's definitely also connecting. And like I said, I personally, I don't know about you guys, let me know in the chat box there what numbers you've been seeing, but I personally have been seeing 1010 for the past couple days now. All right, if I do say so myself. And of course, we've all been talking about and as well seeing this together, as well as separately, this 1212 number. So again, just to recap, okay, because I'm always like, look up those angel numbers. This is why, right? I'm going to show you exactly why it's so pertinent that you look up the angelic code, especially those that know that they've been seeing it. All right, it's often a repeating number or a repeating series or just a specific number in general course. You're like, wow, it's weird. I'm seeing that number over and over again. It means nothing usually. Well, look it up already. Okay. It really rounds out the messages that you're going to hear here as well. Okay. I'm mindful. I'm not for everyone, but if you want to get this stuff and make it easy on yourselves, look up the angel numbers, please and thank you. Okay. So we've got 1212 firstly to talk about. And this speaks of empowerment. It says, I am empowered by the divine energy within me. I take confident steps towards my dreams, knowing that I am supported by the universe. My inner strength guides me to success and fulfillment. All right. And so this has been the number, Love and Light Country Love, that has been coming through pretty high key for the collective energies. You guys, we've talked about it on multiple live streams. We've seen it together as well. And many of you have been, you know, also describing occurrences where you on your own, right? Not that you're all alone ever, right? But on your own have been seeing that same angelic code. And now we've got 1010 coming through. I would say probably the past 2 days, me personally, have been seeing it. And this speaks to awakening. So we've got empowerment and awakening energy here. Okay. And it says, I am awakening to my true purpose. And we talked about recently, you know, living purposefully, right? Intentionally purpose filled. I listen to the whispers of my soul and follow the path of my highest good. Every moment is an opportunity for spiritual growth and awakening. So obviously, I don't really have to say the obvious, do I? You know, on the other side of this awakening that you've already been well underway, apparently, okay, because I've gone ahead and pulled the rest of the cards. You definitely are coming out empowered, to say the least. Abundance is another word that comes to mind, but we'll get, I don't want to put the cart before the horse, as it were. So I am mindful that we are really to take this particular session seriously. That's why I kind of tried to really be explicit in the title. This is going to be a deeper session, not necessarily a longer one, especially because you guys, fault me not, but I'm going to streamline the process for my own needs. Okay, your girl has needs too, right? And I don't want to work any harder than I should to eke this message out. So I'm going to actually get that out. And I'm not going to feel guilty about that because I understand I'm not for everyone. And I really do want those that truthfully are here with me to be here. So hopefully you guys can actually assist with getting the watch hours up, as well as learn a few things that I pulled for you, okay, intentionally, me doing my part, right? So thank you for those that came to do theirs, because they are the collective, all right? And this is exactly why this is your message, all right? And of course, I will continue to hold up my end of the bargain, and I will ultimately ring that bell for the free tarot readings. But please and thank you. By that time, you should have checked the description box. You should have subscribed to the channel as well, and some other things. Okay, so please and thank you. So I definitely am excited to get into this. I pulled a lot of the cards, but I do understand there's heavy aspected channeling to be attached to them. I don't, however, know currently what that will be, but here we go, right? Love and light, if for whatever reason it feels like I ignored you, please don't take that offense. It's a blessing blocker. I literally cannot see the chat box at all times during the live stream, even though I'm the creator. And for those wondering about where yeah, I laugh. Really, that's so funny. The last live stream, wondering where that is. Well, if you missed it, you missed it, okay? Long story short, it was globally banned due to Disney and YouTube just being haters, right? So there's that. But I digress. Let's get to the session, shall we? And we've got spell work coming out. Now, I do expect this session, for those that are actually with me, to be quite interactive. So I'm not exactly expecting you to sit there and get bored either. So I would like to know one of the questions that I'm expecting you should participate in. Make it fun, would you? I mean, we're not here to be all like doom and gloom. We're talking spell work. Shall we get into that with more specificity? Do we care? Me personally, I go, you know what? I'm so good, and I know what else we got to talk about, like in a much higher vibrational way, right? So I go, do we? But hey, I'm not here for just me, right? Of course, I'm attached to collective energies, so some of this shit resonates, makes sense. But, I digress. If you'd like me to take a little bit deeper dive into it, perhaps. But you'd have to let me know in the chat box what your preference is on that one, because I'm not here to read your mind always and always, right? But I can tell you the specificity that I did bring out during my time before I even come on to the actual live stream. All right, there's stuff I do, okay, in case you wondered. And I do have this understanding that your ancient wisdom, whatever you've got about you here, starseed energy, right? I'll say it that way. Some of you really do understand your something else or something added onto the title starseed, but we don't have to get into all of those specifics. All you need to know is it's all good in spite of the fuck shit. It's all good. All you need to know is that the Hierophant, whoever and what all ever that is, according to who you know that to be, okay? Whether it's the Dalai Lama or not, I just realized, I'm like, oh, that's these cards, this particular tarot, had nothing to do with any of the other decks, right? Nor an intention to pull from it, but nothing just happens, okay? And the crazy thing is, I need you to know, collective, I pulled this way after the fact, okay? Like, I then had the tarot down here that we're going to use, and it is a new deck that I'm sharing with you all because sharing's caring. And I couldn't help myself, quite frankly. Intuitive Kev's tarot deck came out. You guys, let me switch this around. You see this shit? Oh yeah, let me see if it'll do it. You see that? Hold on 1 second. You see that shit? Going across the window. Fucking monitoring spirits. Look, look, you can see it. Every fucking day I kill one of these flies. Every fucking day. It's annoying as fuck. So annoying. It'll be like 19 degrees out. Fucking fly. Big ass horse fly. So, for those that really don't understand sharing's caring, this is not a doom and gloom. Don't feel sorry for me. Because I'm fine. That's why it's really just an annoyance. Okay? The amount of spell work and fuck shit is just an annoyance. It doesn't actually have to affect. And it should not, right? I can't say it cannot because really it's left up to your own decision. Like, will you fear? Will you bow? Will you bend or break to the agenda, to the projection, to the suggestion, to the potentiality, right? And I'm only sharing to teach you guys. I'm not exactly sure if I will stay on this platform because I'm already not liking the restrictions. I mean, it's to the point where like people have made comments about like, yeah, you should be actually seen. Yeah, I should be, you know. So I get it. I'm speaking a lot of truth on here. And quite unfortunately, I may have to water some of that down and you guys actually have to book private sessions to get some of what I got to give. It's not me trying to get money out of anyone. It's just me trying to really reach the masses, okay, according to whom all is supposed to be connected. Speaking in code here as well, which kind of sounds crazy, I realize that. But um, long story short, you guys get this while you can, okay? Get this while you can. I'm here doing my part, giving you what I know are just some truths, hard as they may be, right? And I'm mindful that you know, rulers, principalities, things like that have other agendas. Okay? Get this while you can. And please do the work. Please don't half-ass it. Okay, I'm not here to be you know, your God or a preacher. I'm here to guide you, and that's all my intentions ever been. That's all my heart, passionate as ever, has ever intentioned. Okay, but I'm mindful as well that I may have to change some aspects of the infrastructure for the channel, in order for us to remain connected. Really, so book those sessions. Okay, if you know that you really enjoy the meat that I'm usually serving on the table, as it were, and it's not deli sliced thin. I'm giving you like large chunks of ancient wisdom, come to speak of it, right? Maybe that's why it's coming out. Maybe that's why the fly's on the window. See what I mean? We're all connected. I fear not, and I won't. Um, but I do have to perhaps change the infrastructure to some degree. I hate to say that as well, because again, it goes back to rulers, principalities. But I often do enjoy working smartly, not just hard as well. So there's that. But I digress. The message has been confirmed twice. Hierophant energy, okay? Daddy God, source energy specifically, even as it were, okay? And it is an energy that is attached to this message. So if you are here for something beyond the actual free yes no tarot, this is definitely your message. All right. And if it's not, I don't know that you'll get to when that bell rings if you're not here. See what I mean? So, and I get it. I'm not for everyone. But what I'm not here to do is half ass what I came to do. I'm here to assist those who are willing to actually assist themselves. I can't say it any more plainly, but I say it with a lot of love and light. And I know my heart in the matter. Okay. So if you're with me, your third eye is most assuredly awakening. You are receiving divine guidance. Okay, there's some significance to sunflowers as well as sun energy. Sun god Ra may have some significance. Anunnaki may have some significance. You are definitely empathic, and you have shamans as well as ancient Egyptian ancestors tied to your spiritual guidance team, which you are being guided to work with crystals at this time in assistance of and protection over you and this DNA upgrade. We're going to talk about some of those crystals. The first of which, blue quartz. Botswana agate came out. Blue lace agate. Green fluorite, which I do have a beautiful specimen here, if I do say so myself. One of my favorites. Gosh, it's so funny because for me, it's kind of lit up. And I see on the camera it's not. So let me see if I can... Interesting. It is like glowing, and on the camera it's not. Oh, that's so funny. Unakite came out, as well as sodalite and selenite. All right. So the blue quartz and the blue lace agate definitely are calming stones. They also both assist with communication. They also assist with communicating effectively, streamlining, direct connect, right? Not pussyfooting around, not beating around that bush, okay? And you should know that, you are, regardless of what you are doing or not doing, right? Inspiring hope inside of many people around you, okay? So keep going, don't give up now. Gosh, I'll take that as well. All right. But this green fluorite is actually protective, cleansing, and healing, and assists with balancing your energies as well as grounding same. Just make sure I'm not getting... Okay. Unakite reminds you are here to flourish, not just survive. Okay. Sodalite asks you and assists you to be guided by logic and intuition. Don't overarch one over the other. And selenite is a gentle reminder that you are at one with yourself, the earth, and the universe. You've got to claim it. So I do have a selenite wand here. Oh, that one glows up nice, interestingly enough. All right, all right. And again, the fluorite, which is camera shy. That's amazing. Gosh, if you guys could see this, it looks like, what's that called? Is it iridium? I forget. What the heck is that called? No, there's like it's not chrome dioxide. It's like a green glass, but it's like radioactive, so it's illegal. Or supposed to be, or should be. I forget the name of it though. But it's really like an electric green. Now here's the sitch, you guys. Checking into past life energy, which Everything Everywhere All at Once, going back to that movie, right? You are in transition, okay? At the same time, you are grieving and being asked to be present. It's like, I'm sorry, what are you talking about, right? I get it. On a personal note, it's like, that just gives you almost a headache thinking about, wait, what? So you're in a transitional phase and you're being asked to go on ahead and grieve basically yourself, your identity, all previous timelines, and be present in the one that you barely just transitioned into. Huh? It's also giving current energies, right? Oh, yes, I said uranium. Uranium, spelled differently. No, let me stop. I was just making up a word, probably. Uranium. Thank you, Country Love. Yes, uranium glass, uranium glass. And let me check, did anybody want to go down the Spellwork Avenue? Love and Light Freaky J. I think we're good. Yes, you get it. Yes. Okay. So transition. You are transitioning. Hear this. Transitioning from the patterns of the past into a new spiritual pattern, right? Acknowledge that your old patterns served a purpose for you before, but be grateful for them and allow yourself to transition into this new energy. It's giving new earth, right? Hello, hey, hi, you made it, right? I don't know about you guys, but like I've been paying attention to the spiritual community, at least in YouTube land, as it were, right? And it seems we hit the ground running, like into the new earth energy, such to the point where have jumped several timelines since basically creating same, which is a lot. So you guys may be feeling tired AF. I get it. You guys may be feeling sorrowful, sorrow filled, and maybe don't even know why, right? But here's the sitch. Part and parcel of this um, energetic expression connected to the collective, connected to this message. Don't you remember how you intentioned to go into all aspects of self in all basically space and timeline differentials to heal, to call your energy back, to call your abundance, right? Right. So this is why we're talking about this now, though. Makes sense? So you're being asked to grieve, not because you're actually like SOL, right? Not because you're actually like asked out, not because you're actually like left, broke, busted, disgusted, dejected, rejected, but because if you don't essentially surrender it all, right? And not in the sense of like, oh my gosh, let me just go ahead and give away all of my worldly possessions. If it were only that easy. I said what I said. This is giving death and rebirth energy, right? Death unto self. This is giving ascension. All right. This is giving that DNA. Why would you need any kind of DNA upgrade if you weren't doing the most spiritually? And again, this life is far more spiritual than the world's going to tell you, right? Right. So your soul asks you to allow yourselves to grieve the losses you have had in past lives, and also allow yourself to feel the lower vibrational emotions that are coming through. Your heart needs to heal these past hurts in order to deal with the current situation, which is really the current energies. This new energy, this new spiritual pattern. Could be some significance to the numbers 27 and or 14 and or 9 or 5. All right. And still you're being asked to be present, 25 reducing to 7, which speaks to closing out rewards. Closing out rewards. Yep. Closing out cycles and incoming rewards. It's like I wanted you to just go on ahead and close that out so damn hard, apparently, that I was just like, skip on ahead into the present. Some of you have been stuck ruminating over your present circumstances to the point where you're creating a lag, a buffering, a pending, connecting to some of these manifestations that are really intentional about doing their part to come to you now, right? But you're so powerful that you being stubborn in the wrong way, I mean, who am I to say what's right or wrong? But whatever way that really doesn't assist you with getting into the fruitful nature of your manifestations, where you're touching them, feeling them, some of you kissing on them, right? Depending on who and what all you got going on there, honey bun. But I digress. So right or wrong, however you'll call it, make it make sense, okay? Because what you don't want to do is be that one talking about, I put all these seeds of manifestation into a pot, a box, a field, right? And then proceed to tell about how you rip them up every day, and now you're like bitter and tired AF, right? And still don't have the manifestations. Well, the seeds would need time and like sustenance and sensibility, perhaps, with which to grow, right? And so many of you have been doing that, but yet still there's this air of it being behind the scenes, or outside of the frame of your awareness. And this is why you're being asked to be present. How could you get the shit in your present, right? If you're not even there, checked in to receive. Also, do you want them to come when you're checked out and not present? Because I feel like you don't. Because I feel like, that's like, if we were talking like UPS delivery, right? You want all your hopes, wishes, and dreams to be dropped off by UPS while you're outside of the house or inside ready to receive them, right? Like, make it make sense. Because it's almost giving, gone are the days of trial and error. You know exactly what works. You just either have to face that fact of, oh, these things that I really love to do and they're easy and they come natural for me to think and say are not helping, right? Like, there's a difference, okay? So stop restricting you, it's giving, right? And stop having the dream even to be anywhere outside of present. The present All right. The right now is the gift. It is the reward. It is the dream. It is the prophecy. It is the story. It is the destiny. It is the fate. So you either rock with it or you don't. And maybe you don't, right? Because maybe when you look to the left and to the right of you, you see things that you could make change to better. Okay. It's still starting with you though. See how that works? You got to be present though, checked in, not checked out. Okay. Because what if some of you have been receiving your actual manifested dreams and you're not noticing and you're not appreciating? And don't come for me. You know how it happens, right? Haven't you had somebody not appreciate you before? Haven't you had somebody who told you that they loved you and they had no ability to, let alone intention to, right? Shit happens, all right? Stranger things could have happened than what I'm actually suggesting here. It's up to you to decide, but either way, you'd have to be present to do it. The message stands, right? Your soul has struggled to stay present with your current lifetime. Allow yourselves time to remember the past while being more intentional about living your present life. Now, why would you need to be more intentional about living in the present? Because you are actively creating it and because the divine loves you. So they give you the ability to create to your liking. Believe it or not. You should believe it because otherwise, how the hell are you creating it? Make sense? Persecution. Let's talk about the real tea. Another 7 here. Hello. Rewards. Remember, we didn't even want to talk about closing out the cycles so damn hard because it's a thing, right? Okay. You've already done it, right? Right. Persecution. You were persecuted in the past and it has shaped your beliefs in this lifetime. Accept that it happened in the past and let go of the emotions that are holding you in that place. Healing is necessary. Why would healing be necessary? Because you're unworthy of healing? Because it's so damn hard to heal, you can't? I'm sorry, wait, what? What were the options? Healing is necessary. Well, then as the clock hits 27, just saying, on the timer, it's pretty understood that because it's necessary and because you can, you should. You're being asked to heal because you can, not because it's easy. So what if it's not easy? If it's doable and it benefits you, it should be done, right? I mean, that's logic even. That's not any bippity boppity, right? Loving remembrance, okay? You have fond memories of your past that could deter you from fully embracing your current lifetime. Oh, there's the self-sabotage. Yeah, no, we don't like that. We don't like, no, we don't, no. You know, it's so funny. Like, I don't know what you guys think, and maybe let me know in the comment section. So it's lovingly Alphonse. Happy Sunday, buddy. You had to Google it. Okay, I'm like, listen. The crazy thing is, Country Love, I shouldn't have had to Google it. I just was like, I just said like a whole new word. I said uridium, but it's uranium. And now I'm like wondering. Speaking of Google, right? I don't even know how I would spell uridium. Iridium even is even a thing. That's so funny. But love and light, you guys. What was I gonna say? Here's the sitch. Anyone in my life, right, that is noteworthy, I'll say it that way, right? I think I could find for every good thing something that maybe is not the best about them. Like I feel like I can do that for myself too. So please don't. I mean, I'm not. This isn't even a contest, right? But all I'm saying that to say is, you guys, if you resonate with that, maybe this would help, okay? When you are being asked to place judgment on like previous experiences, I'll say it that way, or actual connections, relationships, I mean, if you know and you've been getting like intuitive downloads, guidance, inspiration, all of that, maybe you've even had hardcore, actual, tangible evidence that you should let go of those caring connections, okay? Don't sugarcoat it in the sense of like, you've got to feel guilty because they did these 13 really nice things and it was literally needed, right? And like literally during a time that like you literally had no one else, perhaps, right? So what of it when there have been like 3,100 other times from that same person, group, entity, who cares, right? That were the opposite that we're the anti that, right? Why should you feel guilt and shame, right? Like grief and sorrow is one thing, right? When you're mourning over like your old life energy, I get that. It's like, okay, this never, nothing's ever going to be the same, but it already isn't. Do you know what I mean? And you only ever have your present. So it would behoove you, quite frankly, to give yourselves the permission and the believability in your capability to control the narrative in your present, such to the point where you're not spinning out, where you're not feeling guilty, where you're not in lack. Because why should you, when you already know that you have suffered loss? When you already know that these people aren't perfect, the same as you, right? And so if they're not perfect, of course you can kind of easily, not that you necessarily should, right? But you could easily, and maybe a lot of these people know it too, especially if they see you making positive change to be the better person. You could easily find another narrative that goes, fuck those people. Because all they ever did is hold me back while asking me to dim my light. Whether they had awareness of why they did it or not, they chose time and time again, repeatedly and specifically with my name in their mouth, to choose time and time again to be against me and not for me, though they were in places of positioning, of authority, of familial connections and hierarchy systems, to be loving, to be a protector. They chose time and time again, in small ways and in big ways, to be the opposite, to not show up for me. And then when you couple that collective, quite frankly, with who the hell am I to know all of that, and on top of it, still to this very day, not be the one to show up for me? How dare I not be the one to show up for me in spite of everyone else coming against me, in spite of everything else coming against me? Who am I to join in? No, that's not on the menu. And that is chosen ones. Look at this shit. Oh, maybe flew away. Don't give up, collectives. Right? You're going to have the nuances along with the annoyances, right? It's what you make of it. So please don't think I don't get it, you guys. I'm here to help you. I'm not your enemy. And hopefully you get that by now. All right? Allow yourselves to let go of the past and take action toward building your future. All right? This is why you have to be in the present, baby. Right? How would you like not be half-assing your future if you weren't present in a healthful state and in a balanced state and in a grounded state and in a state where you are feeling safe to believe in your capabilities? Love and light, Cassandra. Love and light, Freaky J. All right, you guys were persecuted enough. Who the hell are you to persecute you along with the others? That's not a thing. So this is also going back to why you've got to really essentially at this point grieve your old lives. Grieve your old versions. All right? Many of you, you know, you can look a year back. I just looked at a story that my phone made. I don't know, I didn't know it was making it. Of some, just a handful of pictures of myself from a year ago. I'm like, I'm not even that person. I know that I'm not that person anymore. And that was just one short year ago. All right. You guys are making changes, and you do need to honor the fact that you are. You do need to honor the fact that you can see the changes, even if no one else will tell you. They can see them. They can feel them too. Why? Because this life is far more vibrational. All right. Maybe that's even more aptly stated than spiritual at this point. I think maybe that's why the spiritual laws and principles can work for many that, you know, perhaps they shouldn't be working for. But the spiritual laws and principles stand. Like, that is the coding of the experience that is this life, right? It's part of it, I should say. And if you know how to work it, you know how to beautify your path. Hence the fact that I really appreciate you guys actually sharing the messages on your platforms, actually telling friends in private conversations, hey, you know, here's a channel, okay? Because I really do expect the messages to get out for free to those that really need them. And the thing is, there are certain strategies that need to be employed, apparently, aside from just that goodwill spirit and love and light. So, again, bear with me. I'm not exactly sure, what all I'm speaking in code about, referable to some of these next step, or dare I say next level channelings, because these messages need to get out. Okay. I'm not really saying that repetitively because I'm on some sort of soapbox. I'm saying it because I have an understanding. I'm also part of the collective, right? So I'm like, this is not like, this is, this too shall pass because I already know the amount of anointing that I carry. And I'm not saying it like, oh, it's something. I mean, look at my face right now. Do I think, that that's like the easiest thing to actually even like say? It's not. It's something, quite frankly, that isn't all the way given. I do think that there's a level of measure of earning it as well. And suffering is nowhere outside of the frame of any anointed one's path. I'm mindful of that as well. And still I smile, and still I say love and light. But this is getting serious now, so um I'm going to definitely not be like jumping the gun here, but there may be some platform changes. I will keep the collective, of course, abreast of the situation. I would ask you to join on all platforms, in case there's all of a sudden some unknown aspect as to why there's no connectivity between us from one to the next as well. Because I'm here and I'm doing my part. So that's all I'm gonna say. And those that know, I know you know my heart in the matter, and I know y'all feel me on that. But however, when I come on here and I've got 30 people on a live stream and I've got like 2 likes, um, I can't not be mindful that apparently I've got a lot more eyes on me than are my collective members. And so again, strategy is going to be implemented referable to that as well. Because I'd rather have no one watch me, if they are not for me, for this mission, for this channel, for their own soul growth, than 30 people who are sitting there performing evil eye and black magic. Um, I don't fear it. It's an annoyance at best. But I'm not even here about that. I'm here about the messages. So be mindful. I may actually be implementing some different types of live streams as well, because I'm not subjecting myself to the energy. People trying to gang stalk and thwart me off the mission. There's too much divinity here, honey. And I'm not talking about myself. Like, I'm so serious. So it's just really interesting, that, people keep trying it. And I say people lightly because I understand rulers and principalities. But the message stands, and thank you for those that are brave enough at this point, to receive them, okay? And to implement them, because they work. If they didn't, I probably wouldn't see a fly, would I? Not in no 19-degree, or one time it was sub-zero weather, okay? So, anyhow, let's raise the vibe. Playfulness and pleasure are coming out here. See, in spite of the fuck shit, look what lies ahead. Even in your right now, if you only stay grounded and refocus a time or two, perhaps, right? Maybe somebody else has flies, right? The fly comes. You don't want to focus all the way on the fly, do you? I mean, you could. Is it the highest vibrational thing? No. You should probably just get giddy, because something great is upon you, not even around the corner. If the fuck shit is that thick and they keep trying, okay? Yes, it takes a level and measure of courage, but you will delight in the fact that you've already been gifted such. And joy is part and parcel of your abundance. You need to accept that. You need to accept you. You need to accept that the haters understand. They should hate you because you're filled with grace. You're filled with gratitude. You're filled with God, goddess essence, okay? And in spite of the fuck shit, in spite of the betrayals, you remain compassionate towards self and others. You remain able to access your peace in spite of several attempts. You see it? It's like it doesn't want to show on camera. And it's right there. It's not even blurry. That's crazy. So, communication is key here. Communication with you to you. Communication with you to the divine. Also you to you. But anyways, I digress. Communication with others. All right? Be clear. Gone are the days of people pleasing where you say, oh, yes, when you mean no. Right? And vice versa. Because you're creating a world, you're creating a path of authenticity, of beauty, of pureness, okay? And committing to yourself, really, is part and parcel of getting the commitment of a lifetime in a loving, caring connection that is true, that will withstand time. Healing energy and immense vitality flow through you easily and effortlessly is something to add to your affirmations here, as well as I am receiving divine inspiration right now. All right, those feeling disconnected, start talking about how you are. Intention the act out, such to the point where, oh, I actually received, because I match the vibe of somebody who receives messages from the divine. I match the vibe of somebody who gets to actually go on vacation this year. I matched the vibe of somebody who actually gets approved for a loan. Stranger things have happened. Impeccability is coming out here for you, collective. Be impeccable in your thought, word, and deed. Why? So that you're creating a clear, pure, authentic, and beautified path. Healing, phenomenal healing energy flows through every cell in your body. Claim it. Abundance, all your needs are met above and beyond your greatest expectations. Own it. Act like it. Live like it. Be grateful like it. This life is an adventure, if nothing else, right? Wonderful new experiences are about to fill your life. So, what adventure will you? All right, and that goes back to an old rhetorical question that we started many moon cycles ago. What will you? Will, collective, right? You're being asked to be specific as well as being grateful. Gosh, that's a pretty cool combo. Think about it. Breakthrough and miracles, the next card. Soar into limitless love, light, and joy. Your life is a miracle. Claim it, act like it, live like it, talk about it like it. This is part and parcel of your transformation in your current energies. So be present, be grateful. I am joyously centered and safe as wonderful changes occur around me. It's interesting that we're talking about that because this transformation definitely is heavily rooted, pun intended, in the root chakra. All right, this is a message assisted again by sun, dare I say, source energy. And we've got the Imum Coli. I might be saying Imum incorrectly, I'm not sure. And it deals with the root. Could be some significance to the number 38 or the number 11, speaking of new beginning. All right. It says, look to the root. Think about what makes you feel at home and secure, what creates sanctuary for you. Investigate the foundations and become conscious of the traditions and assumptions that underline this situation. Lean into habits that help you feel secure and grounded. If you enjoyed your childhood family traditions, can help you feel safe and strong, even in a storm. If you grew up in chaos, you may crave the opposite, and so create your own quiet sanctuary. If you grew up around arguments, arguing with people at home may seem normal to you, but that may not be the case for your housemates, so you may need to learn to present your points in a more transformative, less combative way. The challenge here is referable to the unconscious, and this collective is what I really wanted to talk with you about. It says unconscious patterns from your personal history may underlie the situation and need excavation. Build roots of your own. So, you know, you are in charge here. This really talks about, you know, aspects of reparenting, perhaps, right? It's like, no, 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 no. I'm in charge. I'm the head, not the tail. I'm capable. I'm here. I'm showing up for myself. You know, in spite of this transition, in spite of, you know, whatever occurred in my past, I'm not resentful. I'm not bitter. I'm releasing and I'm relishing in the fact that I'm able to be grateful in spite of this, because this gets you over the hump regarding this transformative transition and over into freedom, wishes fulfillment. Okay, but it's going to take faith to get you there. That's the good fight. It's not fighting against the rulers, powers, principalities. It's not taking the bait. It is believing in spite of the fuck shit, in spite of the storm, in your capability, which is also a simultaneous belief, believe it or not, really, you got to wrap your mental around this, in the divine, in the divinity that is within you and the divinity that is upon you, that anointing, you know, the Santos, as some might say, right? So here's the sitch. You guys have been having a lot of dreams. You guys could be finding yourselves, you know, dreaming, excuse me, not dreaming. Sorry, that fly. Ugh. I'm just gonna ring the bell, you guys. Maybe it won't come back. It knows not to come in here. Sorry if that was too loud, but I don't like the distractions. And I'm here channeling for you guys, which I take seriously. Anywho, you guys actually may physically need to lay it down a lot more right now because of energies, because of current astrological transits, because of, you know, what you're expected to transmute, alchemize, what you're up against, some might say, really, quite successfully. So no fear needs to be attached. But there is some significance to lucid dreams that I saw come through the cards, as well as the dream states. You guys could be receiving messages. You could also be doing stuff. Okay, those that know, I'm speaking in code. Those, you know, hearing warriors for Christ. I don't know if that's some significance, but you know, you really do go into the other realms and get the jobs done, as it were, right? Again, going back to haters, okay? You guys, you could be waking up feeling tired AF and having even more haters, and really the whole time it's because of what you did when you laid down. And I just laugh and laugh because that shit is so funny. But anyways, and you know, the weapon may be formed, okay, dot dot dot. I feel like we should just be like dot dot dot. It shall not prosper. Yes. Because I don't want to highlight the weapon. Fuck the weapon. Like, if I do say so myself, collective. But the Four of Swords also speaks to, like, the energy of truce. It speaks to the healing. It speaks to you really alchemizing the surrender being asked of you, which is big because it's like your whole old life, your whole old lives, right? The weaker versions of you, like, even though they may readily exist in parallels, right? You're being asked to just be like, I release them, right? This is kind of giving True Blood vibes where it's like, oh my god, is that what they call it, where they go like they go to their maker and they're like, I don't know, there's some formal release, like it's like, okay, release me or some shit, and they have to like say certain words, but it's like very emotional and very spiritual, right? It's a lot. And that's kind of like part and parcel of the energy. It's like, okay, so this is like if you had a dream about yourself, which maybe somebody did, because I was just talking about dreams, right? If you had a dream about yourself, but like you understood that there was like two versions of you, and like you were like in the now version, but then there was like the old version, and you had to like stab it to death. Like moments before, I'd like to think you wouldn't just be like, yes, I'm so for this. Like I couldn't wait this. right? Because where's the self-love, right? There's a lot. There's a lot of emotion. There's a lot of strategy even. I keep talking about referable to opposition, like strategy. There's like even strategy to really, unalive unto self kind of thing to then produce that rebirth where the phoenix is rising from the ashes. And, the guidance is coming through like it's time to heal. Okay, you are empathic. It already came out in the cards. Too late. All right, secrets out, honey bun. And you're asked to be empathic as well as whatever else you got in that bag of tricks of yours to make others feel better. Use it for you. Okay. And in doing so, this is what you're going to see: the evidence of spirit backing you, the evidence of spirit being alive through you, the evidence of you being a vessel of same. All right. And the soul connectivity, how there is no severance between you and divinity. How would you sever divine from divine? Like even in times of segregation, they weren't like, okay, here's medium whites and then there's the pink kind, right? Like what? Right? It was white versus black. Not that that was all the way correct either, but I digress. Spirit guides are here saying, please and thank you, connect. We've been calling you by name. We've been protecting you so that you have a limitless experience. All right. But you're being asked to fight the good fight, that faith. Okay. They're also saying, in spite of where your faith may lack, they're matching their faith with yours. So it's our faith. And this goes back to Yeshua. Yeshua understood aspects of alchemy, though the church may not really say it like that. And part and parcel of that was his own faith being matched to his own collective, essentially, right? Which, according to Christ, would have just been like anyone else on earth, not necessarily any form of church, but I digress. With this ascension, okay, you've endured a lot, you've overcome, same though. And here comes that transformation, that transition. This is where you are at. It's giving crossroads energy. It's giving halfway there. As I say that though, I'm hearing almost there through that song, not to bring Disney into this, by Tatiana. We're almost there, right? Into the King of Cups energy, whether you're guy, girl, what have you. Now, here's the thing. We're talking energy, not genitalia, right? So the King of Cups, what comes to mind off of this is like someone that's like more mature, someone that's like slow to anger, right? Someone that is way less impulsive. However, perhaps way more strategic. Not in a toxic way, but in like a could be, right? In like a very powerful, dare I say, power-filled way. And this really kind of gives like divine strategy, if I do say so myself. This is what you get often termed like Trojan horse energy. Spiritually, I'll say that, right? Has the power to be one. Because the King of Cups doesn't like wear, even though we're talking cups, even though we're talking love usually, or like satiety emotionally, right? Perhaps referable to cups. The king is a mastery of cups, right? So doesn't wear heart on sleeve like you might think. Like you might think that, perhaps along with these hearts flying out of the man, maybe some animated googly eyes to the situation as well, like very cartoonish, very naive. No, that's actually not the case for any King of Cups energy, regardless of uh, the meat suit, whether guy, girl, what have you. Okay. So this is really coming along nicely, this ascension. All right. Definitely be kind to your body and rest when it's screaming out to do that. Okay. Because you also have appointed times to be other places in other realms. All right. Hierophant here again, like I told you, came out in both of those decks. All right. Irregardless of which aesthetic you prefer, but there could be some significance to them. They are so different. I thought I maybe should share them. And this is the point of the path where you don't walk alone, right? But you walk in authority. So it may look like walking alone, all right? I thought we had the Hermit card come out, but I guess maybe that was a different reading. I know you're being asked to utilize your strength in this, right? And I know that you're up against a lot. You're going through a lot internally. We're going to talk about it as well. But the overall message, you could actually resonate with that of the High Priestess energy. I'm looking at both Hierophant as well as High Priestess, as well as Judgment. In spite of the judgment from your haters, in spite of you actually placing judgment on your haters, and much to your chagrin or disappointment, or you know, what seems like your demise, you're being asked to get into that attitude of gratitude and that attitude of celebratory energy, because you know what you definitely have manifested, what you definitely have intention to experience in this lifetime. I mean, I pick up the High Priestess, I skip over the Queen of Wands and go right to the Empress. I mean, you're birthed with a lot of things that you're supposed to do here. You probably are part and parcel of judgment, of that, you know, divine right and order. I mean, you got the Ten of Pentacles coming to you on your worst day. Okay, just please, now is not the time, whoever's resonating with this, to just go like cold and think that the divine just doesn't get you, or that you just can't get to that place where the divine communicates with you. The divine's not stopping communicating, so you would have to just definitely check within. You know, is there infighting in the vessel, right? Is there double-mindedness, is what I mean by infighting. Is there lack of faith, right? Not that you're supposed to be looking for a lack, but I mean, how much faith do you got? I mean, and are you using it though, just because you got it? You know what I mean? And so I was guided to this deck. I don't know what it's called, forgive me. But the message stands, I promise. It says, you've got the power. Use your abilities to resolve the situation. You can do it. So again, the strength card's coming out, right? In significance to even the spell work energy. All right. And divinity saying you've got the power. I mean, look at even the backs of these cards. This isn't like fly by day, fly by night type energy. This is very like intentionally um symbolic. Okay, symbolic intentionally. And it's kind of part and parcel of the energy that you're asked to now action out and live out your lives according to you know, divine right and rule. Improve your diet and your life will also improve. So some of you maybe need to, as part and parcel of that self-care, change some aspects of diet. Like if you know that you feel really shitty after eating bread, you know, check into maybe having way less gluten and see how you like that. Okay, walk away, leave the unhealthy situations, and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Okay, so some of you, you know, you've been being guided away from someone, something, and you're not really going to get away with acting like you don't know that much longer. I'm so serious, and I say that with love, right? I'm not laughing, nothing's funny here, right? 57 could be a number of some significance. To lift up your thoughts and energy, use affirmations to attract what you desire. All right. So, of course, we talked about some, and I do have some others to get into in just a few seconds here. There could be some significance to the winter time. Okay. This card indicates your prayers and affirmations actually most likely being fully realized in the next winter season. Express your individuality coming out. Allow your true selves to shine because you're awesome. You are awesome AF. I literally have the best collective hands down. Admit your admit your true feelings to yourself. Could be some significance to some feelings referable to time. I almost said the word time. Admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. So again, you're being called to get specific so that you can get to the getting on, right? But patience is coming out as well. Patience, please. What you're asking for is coming about. Have patience, as there are unseen factors that need to occur first. And that's part and parcel of what we always label lovingly divine timing. Makes sense? Practice, practice, practice. Another P word. With daily practice, you can polish skills and talents and increase your confidence. So for those working on producing, projects, any aspect of creation where you have to deal with others, maybe even direct others and or perform out to others, all right, you've got this. This goes back to that first card. Like, you have the power. Yeah, you've got the power. You can do it. You've got this. All right. And the last card, certainly not least, indicating emotional healing. As your heart heals of old emotional pain, you receive new blessings and love. And I did see in the cards some, I didn't really go down the rabbit hole because we had so many other stuff to talk about, but some of you, you have a soulmate energy coming to you on the other side of you doing this work. I mean, this is big stuff. And some aspects of I am affirmations to add could be I communicate and am safe to communicate with others. I am patient in my communication with self and others, as well as I lovingly speak to myself and others. What else? Let's see here. I I am grateful life is working to bring me something even greater than I could have imagined. That's another one. And then you can also add, I am moved to experience something even more rewarding than I can currently imagine. Ooh, that's a good one. You can also add, I am expansive in the expression of who I am, and it is safe to experience every aspect of who I can be. All right. So forgive yourselves essentially for valuing the way others perceive you over the intention with which you express yourself. Um, and instead believe your intention holds more value than how you are perceived by others. And it is safe to patiently allow your loving intention to speak for you. That one hit home. I was like, you know what? I'm not apologizing for me anymore. Like, either you understand me or you're not on the frequency. I can't help you beyond that. You literally have to catch up, or hell, I'm not perfect. Maybe you have, maybe you'd have to stoop down, bend down my way if that's you, if that's applicable. And either way, there's no need for that. So I get it. I forgive myself for inviting the experience of suffering by creating attachments to a specific outcome. Instead, choose to believe, although you may have preferences, life is working to bring you something even greater. The next card here, I forgive myself for misinterpreting life's attempts to redirect me to something better as rejection. Right, you guys, we're talking shadow work for a reason, because life be life and people be projected, hurt people. There's a lot of stuff, right? So hopefully you guys are getting something out of this. I don't resonate with all of these cards, or just so you know, this isn't like actually just my personal reading that I'm outing. So take what resonates for you and apply it, please, okay? And choose to believe instead that by not creating attachments to a specific outcome, you may be moved to the experience of something even more rewarding. And forgive yourselves, collective, if applicable, for restricting your experiences by trying to live out the expectations of others. Instead, choose to believe you are expansive in the way of your personal expression, and it is safe to experience every aspect of who you can and, dare I say, will become. Okay. Because again, your guides, your higher selves are here wanting this for you, a limitless experience. Okay. And let's be real. Instead, current energies are not giving. Okay. Discontentment. Something doesn't feel right, but identifying what's missing eludes you. Re-examine the situation from a distance, and missing pieces will become obvious. You know why usually you have to examine something from a distance? Because your level of emotionality is imbalanced in some way, shape, or form, and or blocking your clarity. Okay. So once you know the root of that, because I feel like the oracle didn't help get us there exactly. I'm not shitting on the oracle, but I'm also here to guide you, and I take what I'm doing here seriously. So there's that. Um, when you realize, like, okay, now wait a minute, something doesn't feel right. Uh huh. I can't place my finger on it. Uh huh. Even if those are truth and those are current experiences, does it have to get you bent out of shape though? And that's probably par for the course why you're having this experience. Not even really what the experience is. It's for you to get to the root of, like, am I overly emotional about this? What if you are, right? What can you do to live in your sense of power, in divinity, in spite of that emotionality, right? Because depending on who I'm speaking to, I mean, I'm not a doctor, right? But I mean, there's like diagnoses out there and stuff versus just somebody who's maybe just needing to pull themselves up by the bootstraps. I get that. There are varying degrees in this, okay? So I'm trying to be mindful of that in case you're wondering, right? Because I'm not a doctor, but I do understand there are diagnoses. However, if you, in spite of the diagnosis, said, okay, this is it, I'm asked out, I'm putting a dot on the end of this, and that's just all there is to it. I just need you to know that's exactly what you'll experience as well. And again, I say that with love, and I'm here to guide you to your highest vibrational outcomes and timelines. Okay? So, hopefully, you don't find discontentment in that. You've got to really work with your shadow aspect here. Shadow aspect loves to be discontented. There's a lot of reasons to be discontented. However, if you are somebody here saying, I no longer want to live that life, okay, then do the work, right? And I'm not saying it's easy, but I'm saying you can do it. They made cards about how you can do it, how you have the power, how you got this, okay? Whether it's a dietary change, whether it's to walk away, whether it's to be patient enough for wintertime to come back around, whether it's to be stubborn in your faith enough to actually do some I am affirmations, whether it's to believe in your capabilities long enough, to practice long enough to actually sharpen your skills and talents. You've got this, you've got the power, and that's why we're talking about it, in case somebody here wondered. Okay, don't get distracted though. All right, we talked about distractions. There are many kinds. What will you do in spite of them, right? Like if I saw the first evidence, many moon cycles ago, many moon cycles ago, of black magic, as it were, intending to thwart some aspect of my path, and I gave up, I wouldn't even be here giving the message that I'm giving here now, which, triggering as it may be, is necessary. I hope somebody's getting this. Um, in your effort to be hyper vigilant, the most important thing of all just slipped straight past someone here while you were distracted by other less significant things. And that's another side of that coin of distraction that can occur, right? We're not always talking about thwarting off the mission, but we could be talking about delays. We could be talking about other suggestions, other potentialities being projected onto you. And what will, especially if this is connecting to something or, some aspect of life path, or business, where you understand that you have divine guidance about, right? Where you have the vision that no one else sees. What will then? Will you just become distracted? Because you would need to know that probably specifically at this time, because probably around the corner is another test. Makes sense? And annoyance, annoyed energies coming out. Gosh, I resonate with that. It says voicing your frustrations will provide you with an opportunity to explain the situation in a different way, which could be the very answer they're looking for. So maybe I needed to, share and show and tell today something that I normally don't give a highlight or a light to, so that someone here benefits. Makes sense? Sharing's caring. And that's why we have the channel, you guys, for us all to come on and share and care, right? Because we're all somewhere in the path. We're all connected. We're all doing the damn thing, okay? Again, that's why we have haters. So there's that. And suffering, you cannot really get success without a level and measure of suffering. Even if you measured success to be like simply and solely finances, like how much money, how much working capital do you have access to, right? If you literally just only had the money and no life experience, no experience as far as like heart awakening episodes, right, where you really realize things about yourself deep within, right? How would you have a success in spite of having the bank account of success? See what I'm saying? You guys don't place too much importance on one thing, even if it's not money, right? Even if this is the energy of your child, you really should not be overarching, right? You shouldn't be putting people on tippy toppy high pedestals, right? Because you're setting yourself up for disappointment. I won't say failure, but I damn sure will say disappointment, okay? And haven't you suffered enough, right? Thinking that no one knows the pain you're enduring is just another form of self-pity. Every soul experiences pain. It's what we do with that pain that defines our future. And that's why we talk all the time on the channel collectively. We are not victims, we are overcomers. Why would we stop at victimhood and call that a success? Just because we were victimized in our past, presently, that automatically equates to we are overcomers, not victims in our present. Makes sense? Make it make sense, okay? Because some of you guys need to apply these cheat codes because you're feeling quite overwhelmed in current energies. That's why we're talking about it. It's not just you, so please don't attach shame or stigma. We've got to talk about these things because, again, we're somewhere on the path. Sharing responsibilities is not a weakness of character. In fact, it demonstrates an ability to trust in others and allows them the opportunity to participate. So, you guys, how loving is it? Even since we were speaking of kids, right? We'll just continue on with that illustration. How loving is it? Think about it. If you have kids that you know and love, right? And you should be seeing them every day for like a few hours, right? In spite of work and in spite of school and in spite of extracurricular hours or excuse me, activities, right? And how is it loving to be like, you guys go and wait for dinner? I will do everything. I will set the table and everything before you guys even set foot into the kitchen. When that could have been time that you guys could have spent together, and it could have given them a level and measure of responsibility such to the point where somebody else, like a coach, even goes, hey, are you up to this challenge? They know they can because at home, their mom, their dad, their whoever trusts them with the challenge, and the outcome is always good because we have a good meal on the other side of it. Things like that. And I get it. Most of you are going to say the kids absolutely have no like concern about leading that kind of life, and yet you are there to guide them. And one, two, just hit that timer. There's that 12 energy again, which really goes back to, I think it was empowerment, if I recall correctly. I want to see what it says. Because nothing just happens. It's so crazy it would happen again. Yeah, empowerment. It empowers them when you really, children or not, little or older or not, when you really insist that they are to step up to the plate in any one thing, it doesn't matter what it is, right? That will help them so much more than you suffering even more with the ideation of, I'll do it because I'll get it done right. I'll do it because I can do it better. So what of it? Because you doing it better and you doing it right is you doing it all by yourself, always and in all ways at that point. Is that high vibrational? Is that something you deserve to experience? Is it an experience that those people, children or not, deserve when you are taking away from them aspects of their own empowerment on their own path as they walk beside you? You really have to think about it, collective, okay? And this does take a level and measure of recoding that inner being, that inner monologue. If this is you on the inside with strife, right? It's how happy are you? How happy are you on the outside, even? At some point, shit starts breaking down. It starts telling the true story. It starts unmasking. And that's why you've got to really have faith that you are connected to divinity, and divinity willingly connects with you, and there is no severability, and that is reality. All right, here's the sitch. If you realize that, you'll act like it, live like it, love like it, And so you will live a life of freedom, which is how you are supposed to live. Okay. And again, connecting back to that limitless experience. Pretty self-explanatory, you guys. And yet you're still here feeling defeated. You're still here feeling stunned to some degree. Again, you've been through a lot. I get it. You're transitioning out of this, though. That's what these cards talk about, long story short. Okay? That leads you again to that King of Cups energy, whether you're a guy, girl, what have you. Down does not mean out, collective. It just means taking a breather and rallying the energy to give it another go. Just do it differently next time because the other way didn't work. And again, that goes back to strategy. That's kind of what I was talking about with the channel. Stunned. That moment when time stands still as you try to make sense of what has occurred. This is the golden moment to plan your next move rather than react to the situation. There's some aspect to overcoming alchemizing emotions, being emotional in an emotional heart space, being centered, all right, and allowing this to all come together. And there is a coming together. Whether you subscribe to the soulmate energy coming in as just rewards regarding your efforts at this or not, okay? But your card here from the Psychic Tarot for the Heart Oracle is clarity of belief. Keywords are define, communicate, beliefs, and transformation. How interesting. And it's so funny because even this aspect, this card, and its message go back to the healing crystals we talked about. Nothing just happens. Great potentials around you, collective, to define who you really are at this time in your life and to determine what your beliefs are regarding love and commitment. Discard any outdated ideas about how relationships should function and what the proper roles should be. Decide what you need and what you're willing to give. Different relationships will require different strategies for success. You need to be flexible and open-minded. Bring a breath of fresh air to your way of thinking about love and partnerships. Because the love and the partnership of a lifetime is coming your way, all right? This will be something that allows you to heal. It's not going to be another, for instance, of why you need to heal, all right? But healing is here. Healing is part and parcel of your own energy. Please utilize your own energy as well as those of divinity, all right, to assist you now. For those feeling lost, you may be quote unquote lost. You're never alone. Your life plan is actually unfolding as it should. Your spirit guides really are emphatic, okay, that you sit down in intention to actually speak with them, intention to actually engage with them. Sometimes you guys, that's somebody something because my nose is like, oh my God, so sorry. Sometimes you guys interacting with spirit guides doesn't necessarily mean you're like actually interviewing them. Like it's not like a Ouija board situation, okay? And sometimes it's really just you talking and you like making yourselves available. And many times maybe you won't hear actual words, you won't see shit moving across the room, right? That's a good thing, okay, usually. But on the other side of it, you may just feel different. You may feel lighter. And again, a lot of times, you guys, I'm of a belief that when you're being asked to like sit with your ancestors, sit with your elders kind of vibes, right? It's not even necessarily that they want to necessarily impart words into you. They're alchemizing for you. Their presence is a gift for you, right? So don't be hard on yourselves if you're like, my God, every freaking tarot reading, they're always, my guides are always like, please, Jessica, just come and, and it's like, yeah, because you need to make yourself available. You don't have to know what to say. Maybe you don't have to say a damn thing, right? Make yourself available and be open-minded. And for those grieving over, the love of their life being lost, okay, true love, if it's true, all right, can never really be actually lost. Just like you can never really be actually lost, all right? So speaking of lost but never alone, there may be times in this world where you feel a great distance between yourself and others, and the sinking feeling of loneliness brings you down. This is the perfect moment to call on your spirit guide and ask if you can know them better. Your guide will have been waiting for this moment and will be happy to connect with you. In meditation, ask if you can receive a personal sign or sensation that will only occur when your guide is close to you or is acknowledging a question of yours. The same sign or sensation will appear repeatedly until you understand this is your guide's personal calling card and their way of building trust with you. So, I don't know why I'm literally vibrating all over my body. There is something about, oh, okay, yeah, vibrating on the body. Hello. And that makes sense. This is the Healing Spirits Oracle. Okay, I'm caught up. So your spirit team wants to assist you in body. So for those that really have been like going through the most, okay, like damn near rigor mortis. No, I'm just joking, but sort of not. But anyways, um, definitely tap in. Okay, your ancestors, your guides, your angels, they all know and love you. And I get it. It could be like daunting to think about. It could be overwhelming, even perhaps, right? Because you're going, how in the hell am I going to know the names of all the angels and then all the. That's not on the menu. It's not necessary confirmation, right? Of all things, it said my name and then said, this could be your vibe. I don't know. I'm not aware that I know all the names of all the angels. I'm okay with that because they let me know. Because I used to actually apologize that I didn't know. Why am I outing myself today? I used to actually apologize, you guys, back in the day. I was like, I am so sorry. Like, I would try to, like, name all the, like, I tried, you know what I mean? But, and that's just God's grace in the matter, right? Like, thank goodness, thank divinity, right? Like, could you imagine if we, again, I go back to this example all the time because it's so real. Could you imagine if, by divine right and rule, we had to actually request, like actually submit a form perhaps, right, that our heart should beat, right? Like, oh, if you didn't think to make it beat, man, you're gonna miss out on life. Right? But no, you guys, the divine never really asks us to do things which they're not already more than assisting us to do. Okay. I know it's often thought of and talked about as them meeting halfway. There's more grace than a, a situation where you always and always have to be met only maximum halfway. All right, baby steps matter too. And the divine is not on one, right? Like the divine loves us and is not against us. So please stop trying to be rocked in your faith regarding that at this point. It shouldn't really be a thing because you know too much and you know you are too much and you know your divinity and you know because you are divinity, there is divinity within. And because you are divinity and because there is divinity within, there is damn sure divinity upon without any severability. Okay. And you know what? If you have any questions that need answered, or if you would like a personal confirmation about that, I invite you to communicate just that with your guides and ask for that personal special notification, angel number, red car, right? Feather, whatever the sign is that you ask for, ask, test the waters, test the spirit. All right. And that will help you understand exactly what all I just said and that it is the truth. All right. And there's nothing you can do about it to change that truth. The divine understands who you are. It's your job from this point on to know that and act like it so that you live it out. So that's what I have for the general collective message, Sunday self-care. I've rung the bell for the free readings, those applicable and those that have read and understand and are following accordingly to the live stream rules located in the description box. All right, much love and light. I'm not unmindful that I have free tarot readings, right? But I just want to close out the general collective message while we wait for everyone to get their question in the queue here. The first of which for the self-care messages, ground yourself, okay? And again, this is kind of really talking about closing out cycles and incoming rewards energy as well. Just saying, rainbows could be of some significance, doesn't have to be the case. Drinking tea also came out. It's so funny, I just recently learned about anise star tea, how like it really will allow your body to eventually, once it's built up, perfume out in a very sweet and sensual way. So I was looking into that. I don't know if you guys have any other tea cheat codes, but anise and I think it was called anise tea, but they garnished it with anise star, perhaps. I'm not exactly sure. I have to find that video again. Aromatherapy, pretty self-explanatory. Write a gratitude list. Okay, you guys, if you're saying, you know, you shouldn't be, but what if, right? That, you know, you really tried and you don't really know what to be grateful for. I bet you, if you place a list of 4 things, right, you can find 4. So maybe, you know, maybe it gets a little too emotional when you're just kind of like opening up the recesses of your mind to ferret through, right? Sometimes if you can write it down, you kind of have like some form of something to build off of instead of just going on solely the mental space, right? So that might help, okay? Because you should be able to fill 4 things out, okay? I know I'm grateful for you. You could put me down. No, I'm just joking. If I don't see me as number 1, no, I'm just joking. Could you imagine? You guys might need to soak in a bath, okay? And really set the intention that on the other side of that bath, you're new. You're a new creation. That's scriptural. That's biblical. It's a thing, okay? New creation, new creature. Alone time. There's that hermit energy. Okay, it came out on the cards differently. I always equate this. Oh, I shouldn't have showed that card. I always equate this. Hello. Cannot show her. To like hermit energy. And there's that significance of sun. Maybe you just need more sun. Maybe you should be cleansing your pineal energy with sun. Your third eye energy with sun. Chanting is also coming out. Okay. Ooh, 1 second here. All right. Clean your space, pretty significant. And there's that connect with crystals. And that's also part of the reason why we did check the crystal healing deck when we got that message. Energy work is coming out, as well as sing. Oh, this was a fun one. You guys check the Facebook group for Love and Light to You Tarot, the actual group. I did put a post on there referable to a clip from Miss Congeniality where she's like, when in doubt, just sing. You guys have to check that one out. It was so funny. So maybe even watching a movie counts as self-care as well as a beauty ritual. You could do both. You feel better when you look better, right? I know I have to do that as well today. Plan a vacation. When this came out, I just I don't know, I just heard grumbling in the background, like, yeah, right. Plan the vacation was the request, not pay for it. Plan the vacation. Hell, I dare you to plan to make the vacation and manifest you don't pay for it. See what happens, right? Maybe that could be your sign of confirmation from the divine. And I'm not a doctor, but somebody here may need a health checkup, okay, of sorts. It could be of this kind of sorts. All right, OBGYN comes to mind. You know, don't take the sicknesses and the diagnoses off the cuff, right? Because as a light worker, as a star seed, which we've already fucked around and found out you are at least part and parcel of, right? People like these perhaps need some sort of tangible evidence of spirit, right? Didn't that also come out? Yeah. Okay. So healers heal too, right? In varying degrees. This too is a healer. Maybe you are a healer of healers in your light working energy and you're going, what the fuck? All I've ever been is sick since I came out my mama. And like this life is far more strategically spiritual, maybe I should say it that way, than you might realize. As bittersweet as that can mean for you and your path. I get it. We've got movement coming out here. Somatic also comes to mind, whether this is yoga or simply stretching. Somatic, all right, release the trauma from the body. It no longer serves you. You literally don't need to, have to, or should carry it from this point on, especially since we're in the new earth energy and we get confirmation of that left and right. Drop it like it is hot. Drop it, okay? So serious. Shake it off if you gotta, okay? You're powerful enough to do it. And, you know, see what happens. Give yourselves a chance to try, to choose, to believe, to receive. Okay. So let's check that box. Love and Light Esmeralda, welcome. Love and Light Eat Me. Love and Light the Mercury. The Mercury Alchemist, excuse me. Love and Light. All right, let's see here. Oh, you saw 111, Freaky J. That's cool. All right. Let's see here for the first question that I see. Okay, Alphonse. I get a new job. March 25. Okay, this is for Alphonse. We're not skipping this time. Ooh, we got one card. Oof. Hold on. Verify. Oh, hold on. Oh. All right. So I'm getting that it's a no, most likely referable to the date, Alphonse. Okay. The Tower energy came out and the Magician indicating yes is at the bottom of the deck. And hear me out. I asked for clarification. I got the Death card energy and I've got incoming yes energy or Chariot energy at the bottom of the deck currently. What that tells me with this Death, speaking of unexpected upheaval, closures and sudden changes, specifically of work, of the work variety, I get that there's delays in your ultimate yes, like in your ultimate incoming. That's the best, that's the clearest way. But this was your answer, no. Okay, that came out of the deck. All right, so Love and Light, you guys, I know it's not always what you want to hear, but you kind of really have to believe at this point it's always for the best, because you're either believing the divine got you or not. Because how would the divine got you, but only sometimes, when the divine doesn't half-ass anything, right? Oh my goodness. So Alphonse, I told you to watch The Secret, right? You're talking in here like you didn't watch it, so I'm gonna ask you to watch it again. Hope you do, so you can get that new car. I'm serious. All right, you're welcome though. Okay, let's see here. So you guys, if you're asking me for a free reading, it's because you don't realize that there's a description box, and if you scroll all the way down to it, all the way right to the end, you're going to see the live stream rules, and that's how you can get your free reading right now on this live stream. I'm so serious. Okay, so please check the box, and that's going to correct the situation so that you can get a free tarot reading, is the clearest way I can say that. All right, I'm not trying to be a bully or hurt anyone's feelings, right? But I'm trying to have the live stream rules followed so that I can do what I came to do as well. Make sense? So I invite you, especially if you're new here, to please check the description box. Thank you. All right, let's see here. Okay, you're going to look ridiculous, eat me. My goodness. How is Spirit going to say yes? You're going to look ridiculous? I don't... It's not my words, but we got a lot of yeses. Eat me. I mean, I feel like I wouldn't call you looking ridiculous. All right, let me see Freaky J. Here we go. Will we find a place before the bush? Okay. Ooh, I hope. Oh my God. Right? Okay. I feel like, yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like, oh, look at that. Yes, specifically regarding home-ish, right? I'm still looking at that death card at the bottom of the deck, but I know why. But even that is kind of giving like that's your new beginning. It's a yes. I also am looking at the Hermit and the Ace of Wands, and the Tower card came back out. So I'm just getting that maybe you might actually in your next moves here, Freaky J, just try to um enter into some form of prayer or meditation and get some specific guidance. I mean, I know it sounds crazy to say that, but that's what I'm getting. Because with the Hermit energy, that talks about like slowing down, kind of almost like going into self, right? But on the other side, you come out like enlightened. On the other side, you come out with this divine guidance that we've kind of been talking about, even referable to today's spread. I think there was literally like a divine guidance card out of that Intuitive Kev's Tarot deck. So that's what I have. All right, let's see. Okay, let me see. Who's next? All right, so I see Cassandra's next. Okay. Ooh. We have a better job with the new environment. Ooh, girl, why'd I get 2 no's? There's other options, though. That's the highlight. There's other options. Oh my god, the bottom of the deck now is the Ace of Pentacles. You could actually get, like, word-of-mouth word, Cassandra, about, like, a newer position. But I just get, like, mental health not getting better in that environment at the bar. Like, I'm not meaning yours. Well, technically, right, but like the vibe. I'll say it that way. But they were actually saying specifically mental health, so I'm not sure. But I'm just getting that a friend could actually give you like a redirect, maybe even unintentionally, right? Like I'm not saying like somebody's gonna come out of the woodwork and be like, I have to redirect you about this job. But this is what it's giving, like if you kind of stay, right? Ugh. All right, so that's what I have for Cassandra. Now let me see who's next, because I think she's the last one I see asking a question in the correct format. So, and I want to be sure. I'm re-scrolling. We did Alphonse, we did Freaky J, we did Cassandra, we did Eat Me, right? I don't see anyone else unless you guys maybe YouTube took it out of the box. Sometimes that happens. So I'm going to ask everyone that has not yet had their free tarot reading that is still expecting one, right? To pop your question in again to the chat box, please. Because I'm not sure if maybe it was previously removed by YouTube, because that's another thing. And I'm not trying to not answer the question, right? So, Esmeralda, I see you're here and you're new. Please check the description box and scroll all the way down. And because I'd love to read your cards for free today, right? But they have to be under the live stream rules, formatted that way, okay? And I see somebody else saying that they asked a question, but they must not have placed it in the chat box according to the live stream rules, because I'm not seeing, I'm looking exactly specifically for what I know to look for according to those live stream rules. So I don't know how I can. Okay, the Mercury Alchemist, I see you. Okay, one moment. Oh shit. So, dude, check it out. I mean, check the private club out. Because what could it hurt? You know what I mean? Yeah, even because I'd already channeled that aspect about the friend off of another card. I think it was the Eight of Wands, which speaks to communication. But then after the Eight of Wands, Cassandra, I got the Two of Cups. I'm like, dude, that's why I don't. Some readers will be like, this is your twin flame. I'm like, this is a friend, like, fucking with you, like, at best, right? Like, what are we building off of the Two of Cups there? Like, because, you know, the Two of Cups off the cup, that, you know, you could have your cups there, but then, like, when the sun goes down, what happens, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, where's the cups then, kind of thing. So, well, the customers are telling you to wait it out because they're not sitting there with another job in their back pocket to be like, this one's better. I love you so much. I'd rather see you over here. Also, they don't want to lose you, right? So it's like a dual. That's why you got to know your worth. You know what I'm saying? So you're not working hard to your detriment, right? Like nobody's here with the understanding that like, oh, working hard is never a thing. But breaking your back should never be a thing anymore, right? Like gone are the days, okay? And people will try you like, hey, you're not going to break your back. You're not going to break your back for me, but I pay your and you're not going to break your, you know what I'm saying? And you have to be like, yeah, no, I'm not going to break my back, so that the divine can ultimately bless you with that experience where no one goes, you're not going to break your back for me, right? Because that's what you deserve. Dare I say desire, Cassandra and anyone else that can make sense of that, right? Yeah, Cassandra says, my thoughts exactly. My thoughts exactly. All right, let's see here. The Mercury Alchemist. Will Tyler apologize to me after some time? I mean, at this point, you guys, if somebody is offering you an apology, is that enough to keep the, you know what I mean? You really have to know your worth and add the tax. Because how many apologies do you want a week just to make it not any different? I do see that in spite of the tower energy, this ace wanting to come out again, this could be death and rebirth of this person on the other side of this karmic repercussion for whatever they said or did or engaged in. But again, the message stands, know your worth, you guys. Okay. This could be a new beginning in love for you. If it is a loving connection, because I cut the deck to, I sound, I sound like the current owners. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that means exactly, but Ace of Cups could mean, you know, new beginning, right? But really, I feel like if this mofo is putting you in this kind of energy, you should be walking away so that you get actually like an actual divinely assisted ace kind of cup. And that would take, you know, a bit of balance, but the Wheel of Fortune is working for you, okay? This would be something that you would know about intuitively. What I just touched on, confirmation of that, if that's part and parcel of your current situation, referable to somebody else coming in and getting the job done right. If you don't resonate with the new aspect of if it is a loving connection, all right. But those are the cards I'm looking at. Okay. So Esmeralda, I don't see that. I don't know what you're referencing that you think you did, baby. So I need you to go all the way down to the end of the description box below the video and scroll until you see a bunch of asterisks, which are those like star dotted things that are also in the title of this video. And oh, good job, Mercury Alchemist. You're very welcome. Okay. Um, and it says live stream rules, Esmeralda, and you would need to do all that's asked there. And yeah, so I'm not trying to pick on you. I just don't want to like not address the situation that you're currently facing. Hopefully that makes sense. And I will wait to see if you do have a question. Um, what else did I want to say, collective? Gosh, a lot was going on with my phone. A lot of distractions. Freaking flies. Ugh. Thank you for those that will tip and donate, especially if you got something out of the message. Thank you for those hanging out with me and assisting in getting the watch time hours up for the channel, so that we can get more free messages to more souls out there that, I mean, I just have this thing where it's like, if the messages are being fought to get out, they might be really life-changing messages. Make sense? So again, I say take them while you have access to them. Some of these cheat codes that I am throwing your way through this platform, okay? Because I'm not sure exactly about some of these next steps, what that might mean. All right. If you're guided to tip, donate, book a session, go ahead. Do you think I would look? Eat me? I don't know, because I don't even know if I would attach the word ridiculous to whatever the heck you're asking me about. If that, I mean, makes sense. Because I'm like, I don't even like the word ridiculous. So, like, you're asking a good one. I'll ask again, but you guys, you normally get one question per live stream. So, but because I'm waiting for somebody else to follow the rules, I have time, so I'll do it. Okay, so, it would be a good way to look ridiculous. However, there's still like the Tower card energy looming about. I don't. This was another yes that I got earlier, which speaks to overburdened, taken for granted. So, you know, is the yes positive? Like, that's why I'm like, I don't know, you guys. I don't know how long I'll be doing the free yes no, because it's just, I'd rather you book a session. And I mean, I know, yeah, I get it. I get money when you book a session. But if you can't tell by now, like, I'm actually not here for that. I mean, I don't know how else to prove it to you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm also not here just the same to half-ass the readings or assist you to rip up seeds of manifestation. So I want to keep it clear. So I might actually close the free readings for a while until it becomes clear, because you guys are coming on asking me questions and I'm thinking to myself, hold on a minute, because I'm intentioning to guide you clearly, not over into the left field when the left field isn't on the menu. So send some love and light my way, because I do have to strategize some of this. You're very welcome, Eat Me. I don't know that I would say ridiculous is high vibes either. I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess maybe it's some sort of slang, perhaps, but if I'm using the word ridiculous, I'm probably extremely miffed. Like, that is literally what I'm indicating the thing to be: ridiculous, or the person ridiculous, or the action ridiculous. So me personally, I don't necessarily equate that with high vibes. I never once was like, that is a ridiculous outfit, honey. But I guess in that context, I could quickly play catch up and be like, oh, they meant it nice, right? But me personally delivering that line, probably not a thing. Unless it's scripted. All right. Much love and light, you guys. Hopefully you got something out of it. And hopefully you tell a friend about the channel. Thanks. Love and light.